You're a nice person, but nice, it's a trap. Nice is dishonest. It's time for you to be kind, but you're afraid kind sounds mean. What if I just give you a two-step script for it? Hey, I'm Ihna. In the last video, we talked about the too nice trap. That constant exhaustion pressure to say yes to everything, which leads to burnout and that awful feeling of fake harmony. The core problem is that your brain has learned that nice equals lovable, which is not. So saying no or giving honest feedback feels like you're risking the entire relationship. I know, it's terrifying. This video is your way out. The solution is to stop being nice and start being kind. And no, they are not the same thing. I want to give you a two-step protocol. First, it's a two-step script for how to say no while you're strengthening the relationship. And for the second part, I want to give you a three-step script for how to give honest feedback while feeling you're not attacking the person. So first, we have to get one thing clear, because this is the mindset shift that removes the guilt. Nice is a short-term strategy. It's about avoiding conflict right now. Nice, I hate to break it to you, is dishonest. You say sure, no problem, while when your internal monologue is, I'm drowning in work, I don't know what to do. You're basically prioritizing the other person's immediate comfort over your own truth. That's fake harmony. You're hurting yourself. Kind is a long-term strategy. It's about strengthening the real relationship. Kind is honest but respectful. Kind is basically saying, I can't do this right now, so you don't grow to resent the other person. Kind is giving someone the feedback they need to hear, so a small problem doesn't become a huge one. Nice, it's about avoiding a bad feeling, but kind is about building real, honest trust. Once you see that nice is actually just a form of dishonesty, the guilt of saying no starts to disappear. So how does this actually work? That 6 p.m. email comes in, your stomach drops. The mistake we make is thinking we have two options: to say yes and have basically hate ourselves for being nice, say no and thinking and feeling actually guilty by thinking we're mean. But what if I tell you there's a third option, and I think you might have guessed it by now, is the kind option. What a surprise. The script is simple. You affirm the person, then decline the task. I know it's much easier said than done, but here it is. You have two steps for this. Step number one is to affirm the person and their request. You have to show them that you hear them first. This matches their need to be heard. Start with, thank you so much for thinking of me for this. I really appreciate you trusting me with this activity, and I know how important. Step number two, state your no clearly and simply. Don't just make up a fake excuse, just state the reality. Unfortunately, I'm at full capacity right now. I cannot do a good job at it. Or simply state, my plate is full for this week, so I'm not able to get this done. That's it. See, you affirm them, I appreciate you, and you were honest, I can't. You weren't mean, you were kind to them, and most importantly out of this, you're kind to yourself and true to yourself. And you can use this with your colleagues, your manager, your friends, family, basically anyone. This is the next level. How to give feedback when you're terrified of hurting someone's feeling. Again, the nice thing is say nothing, but that's not kind. The kind thing is to help them, and the script is about us trying to separate the problem from the person. Step number one is to affirm the relationship. Start by making them feel safe. Restate your shared foundation. Hey, I really value working with you, and I'm really glad we're in this project together. For step number two, state the specific, observable problem. Don't just use vague, attacking words like you're being lazy, you're being messy. Use statements with I about specific things. For example, I noticed that in the last 2 meetings, when the presentation slides came up, the data was missing. See? You're not saying you're unprepared. You're basically saying I noticed a thing. Step number 3 is to connect it to a shared goal. This is the key. You're not attacking them, you're collaborating with them to fix a problem. And you can say something like, I only bring this up because I want us to succeed in this, and I'm worried that if those things keep happening, we might look unprepared to the manager. You're not being mean in here. You're being actually world-class teammates. That's real kindness, and not a lot of people do that. That's the playbook. Nice, it's about fear. Kind, it's about trust. Nice creates fake harmony, but kind builds real connection. Your empathy, your desire for connection, that's your superpower. Please don't let that turn into a trap. Using these scripts might feel awkward at first, and I know this firsthand. It's like building a new muscle, but it's the only way to get out of this trap and build honest, respectful relationship that you actually want. You're not learning to be mean, you're learning to be clear. We've talked about reflections, we talked about logic, convictions, and now emotion, but there's a whole other side of this. People who just don't overanalyze everything, they just do. The people who are all about action, charm, and taking risk. That's the world of the promoter, and that's exactly where we're going next. So if this sounds helpful, thanks a lot for watching, consider subscribing, and I'll see you into the next one.